This is what actually struck me with Mrs. Sarah Stock. She says, "This is why I say that men have pretty much stayed the same. Women have changed." The original is quite interesting with this graph. This guy says something has gone terribly wrong, and the graph states, "Girls are now less likely than boys to say they want to get married. A percentage of 12th graders saying they are most likely to choose to get married in the long run. 83% back in 1993 used to say they want to get married, and now it's 61%. Men have barely changed." It's actually really messed up that this is real, man. 12th graders who say they're already married is less than 0.5% are excluded from this analysis. This is crazy, man. I can't believe this is real. Do you think it's actually working? Like, the messed up part about this is it's 12th graders. This is the percentage of 12th graders saying they want to get married at some point ever in their life. Like, some of you might think this isn't a big deal, but what comes to my head is that, like, 12th grade girls are still kids. A lot of them aren't even 18 yet. When I was in 12th grade, I was 17. They haven't, like, gone through life. They haven't been to college. They probably don't even have a job yet. They probably haven't gone through, like, I don't know, like a major heartbreak by this age. They're just kids. Like, let's be realistic. They don't have any life experience yet. They just finished school. So for literal 12th grade girls, not even graduated high school yet, to have this, like, collective opinion on getting married dropping by 25% in 30 years is actually insane. I can't believe this is real. They're 16 to 18 in 12th grade? Yes, it depends. It depends. Usually 17 to 18, but I was 17 when I was in 12th grade. We made a career in buying a ton of shit as the point of living. Yeah, consumerism definitely has taken a hold over this, and social media has demonstrated this very badly as well. Is this global? No, this is just for the US, but I would imagine this is probably also a following trend because America likes to set trends, so to speak. I think it illustrates how, like, early the propaganda and brainwashing takes place that convinces women and girls that men are terrible and that getting married means you become a slave to the patriarchy. Like, and that being a housewife is akin to being a slave. They actually try and frame it that way. The real woman's success story that they think that happens in their head is to be a slave for corpos instead until you die. You get into retirement and then, you know, you have your, what is it, like 10, 12 years at best, and then you just die. And I don't think this is a teacher issue either. I'm sure it is sometimes, but this is high school, not college. I think the primary message, or the primary form, like, that this message is being sent to, like, high school girls at this point is via social media, like TikTok and Instagram. I would personally say, because I've seen it all over TikTok. It's funny because I get recommended, like, both boys and girls TikToks a lot of the time. And when I get the girls ones, it always makes me want to share it with chat. Like, it's the most egregious, horrendous, like, type of TikToks. I'll probably actually share one. I think I favorited one that I'm gonna show you at some point. You guys are gonna love it. It's rage-inducing. But again, that's kind of like where I'd put my money. I think these teenagers are scrolling or doom scrolling on TikTok, as most kids do, because they have unsupervised you know, internet access and their parents just buy them an iPhone so they don't have to pay attention to them anymore. And then they stumble upon femcel TikTok. Because unfortunately, it's become so widespread and normalized. And the innocent girls with like no life experience and their brains are like, you know, still really moldable. It becomes like super duper easy to like get influenced by this kind of thing. And it's normalized too. And then the innocent girls with no life experience are never gonna get the tools to understand that this sentiment is not good. It's wrong. They won't understand that being single and working for corpos is bad until they get out into the real world and discover that corporate America doesn't give a fuck about them, and it fucking blows. As someone who worked corporate America, I fucking hated it. And that often takes like years to find out. I would say on average, probably like 4 to 5. That happened to me during COVID. Like when I got laid off, like that fucking sucked. I hated that. And getting treated like shit and then rehired. And by the time they realize it, that they'll have to work until they die and they're alone and they actually do want to have kids if they choose so, they're already in their late 20s, early 30s. Even dudes hate it? Absolutely. I'm just saying from my experience. I don't know about your guys' experience, but from what I understand, it's both ways. They're just gonna suck your balls dry and make you work a corpo job. Decades of propaganda to get girls and women to hate boys and men. Ugh. The commies or feminists are cheering about mission accomplished. What is this? Women's self-reported happiness down 83% since 1970. What? Female suicide rate up 50% since 2000. Antidepressant use among women up 250% since 1990. Single motherhood up 700% since 1960. Women on anxiety meds 1 in 4. Female workforce participation up 75%, but life satisfaction down 200%. College women report I can't speak. College women report record loneliness and depression. 40% have engaged in a not nice word on YouTube, ranging from cutting to blah blah blah. Your wildest dreams have come true. You can vote and be promiscuous, or you're unshackled from a man to take care of you and children to adore you. Congratulations, you win. Yay, feminism. And it's sad because without feminism, I wouldn't be here. So it's like, did we just take it too far? 700% more single mothers, good lord. I can tell you, when my mom had to go work, me personally, when I was a little kid, because my mom would be a stay-at-home mom most of the time, but when 2008 happened and the recession hit, my mom had to go to work and I fucking hated it. Like, I wasn't like, you know, alone all the time, but I can't imagine, like, you know, basically not having like parents around all the time. I'd be like a key child or whatever it's called. I hated that. I can't imagine what these women are going through being single moms and stuff. 700%. It's really not a mystery. Only a person with an abuse kink would sign up to marry men when they write, like, and share things like this. Y'all will come for my hand, which proves a point. This is a wife and mother who feels this way. Young women, see how you talk to us as well. 3 black pills women refuse to swallow. You alone will never be enough to sexually satisfy your man, no matter how young or hot you are. What? I see Twitter posts all the time talking about, like, how men just want a crumb of ussy. Like, what? Like, I understand, like, you're not gonna be young forever, but men at a certain point hit a wall, too, like, at 60 years old. Like, you know? I'm just saying, I think, like, a marriage is supposed to be, like, about being together, even when you're, like, grayed out and washed up. My parents still love each other, like, what the hell? Like, they're older, too. But they say men will fuck anything. Exactly! All men want sexual variety deep down, ideally for the rest of his life. Who said? Who? Citation needed. Your platonic companionship is worth nothing to a man. In fact, it's often a form of suffering for the man. There's no way. Guys, do you actually think like this? Like, I don't know. I want to ask my dad and my brother. They're married. Like, I feel like I need to ask them. Like, call them up, be like, hey, do you need more women forever? Like, are you not happy? What? I'm taking crazy pills. Men only put up with your platonic crap and the true conversations with you for consensual sexual access. Once you pass a certain age, it really doesn't matter how hot or submissive you are. Anyway, your fertility, youthful innocence, and joie de vivre are totally gone. You're now barren, bitter, scarred, anxious. Bro, this is crazy. Did I miss a post? Oh, I did miss a post. I apologize. I feel like I'm reading the most craziest stuff ever. Numerous research studies show that single females with no children are far healthier than married females and have less premature death and far less mental health and physical illness. Studies done with single females in their 70s without children show that these females hardly had any major illnesses and had better overall health than married women. Research studies also show that married men have better overall health than single men. Single men have greater rates of cancer and other illnesses than married men. I've been telling the women for years the most righteous path to live is in 100% devotion to the divine and not... I can't read this. What? Or have kids, stay a virgin, and live in celibacy. That's not what these people want either. This is like the... This is... Stay a virgin and live in celibacy, purity, and righteousness. That is the highest path one could possibly live that does the most spiritual good on earth, sharing the purest light of all. The greatest pleasure to seek is righteousness, not romantic, sensual, sexual, selfish pleasure, even in marriage. It's still of lower consciousness. Females have already woken up to a greater truth, to live solely for the divine. Holy Toledo, chat. What did we just verbal diarrhea out of our mouth? Femcel detected? This is actually the most extreme femcel post I've read in a really long time. Because at least this woman claims and says you need to stay a virgin and not be going around banging everyone. That's actually insane. I've never seen someone say that. And again, the comment section is like a gender war battlefield. Have you seen X recently? Misogyny is like a national sport. Yeah, so is misandry. I see misandric posts from like V-tweeters all the fucking time. What are we talking about here? Like half the people are femcels saying that getting married is like slavery. That's what they say verbatim. Like I said earlier, like very predictable, low IQ, like mindset. Like the negativity with these kinds of people is like a disease. It spreads like a plague. Because what ends up happening is that clearly the kids are seeing these messages and they're seeing it on TikTok and like social media in general, like on Twitter. There are kids on Twitter all the time. I see it. They're probably like entering these relationships with this mindset. And the women are expecting the men to be terrible. So when something bad happens, or eventually happens, there's like no work or room for working out your through your differences or your problems or working out the problem. It's just like instantly like, yep, I knew this would happen. Twitter told me so. I knew men couldn't be trusted. And they don't even realize that like social media that they've been consuming for so long has been like subliminally, or maybe even not so subliminally, clubbing them over the head with this like mindset. And again, I also find it interesting that Like, let me choose my words carefully. Incels are significantly more internet famous, and the concept itself has been around for a lot longer than femcells. I only recently started hearing about the word femcell. Like men that just hate women post about it online 24/7. It's their entire internet persona or whatever. That stereotype has been around for years. For many, many years. I would argue like 10 plus at least. So that begs the question. Why has the femcell movement of hating men been able to like gain so much traction, but the incel movement hasn't? Like, like these 17 to 18-year-old girls' opinion on marriage has declined by like what, 25% in like 30 years, but men's hasn't moved an inch. Like, what are we implying here? A little bit of a head scratcher. Why hasn't this graph moved at all? But then this one is like 25 points almost. Like, I think it probably boils down the way we think is different. Like, it is a different, like, how do I put this? Like, I'm sure it's many things, but women are naturally more empathetic. Like, that's a scientific fact. Like, on average, women are more empathetic. They will put themselves in other people's shoes more often. And I think it's a lot easier to weaponize that empathy, as we've said many, many times. It's easier for a woman to read another woman's story about a horrible man or whatever and have them feel this empathy inside, and it makes them easier. It makes it easier to like radicalize them into man haters. Meanwhile, men aren't that easily convinced. Like, I think it takes an anecdotal experience, like a real life experience, for a man to adopt this like incel ideology or this mindset, so to speak. Like, they usually can't be convinced by anyone else but themselves. Like, 90% of the time, I feel like. It has to happen to them specifically. It's their lived experience. Like, don't hold my feet to the fire. I've never thought about this before, so I don't think this opinion is, like, entirely fleshed out. Probably has some holes to poke in it. I'm just, like, you know, thinking about it. Like, my point is, I think on average, it's more likely for these women online to be able to be convinced by other women typing up their stories and having their words that, oh, men are terrible. Like, but men aren't as easily convinced. They actually have to feel the sting of something really bad happening to them by a woman to become incels. They need like an anecdotal, like physical, or you know, like an actual experience. As someone who dealt with incels a lot, it takes surprisingly a lot of effort to actually make a guy hate women. Yeah, but would you say it's like a lot of personal experience, like repeatedly? We need the PTSD. I mean, jokes aside, I do think that men and women just function differently on a fundamental level. Males create an entire institution to trap women in a house that isn't even her own, to keep women as nothing but slaves. There it is. And sex toys. Also males. Why don't women want to serve me their whole lives? Oh, I'm leaning back in my chair. Oh my god, you're so stupid. You are so fucking stupid. It's actually painful. I think I'm getting psychic damage. Roll fucking 90-20. Oh, yes, men created an entire institution devoted to trapping women as baby birthing sex slave. Yes, you're so right, sweetie. And they intentionally left divorce laws in the West in that institution so women can fuck them in the ass and take half their shit. No, that makes total sense. You're so right, sweetie. Genuinely, you are such a retard. Use critical thinking for 2 seconds and you realize how stupid your sentence is before you hit send. I can't wait for 20 to 30 years to see what will happen with all these people. Marriage is a trap for a man these days. Some people, I've had people talk to me about signing prenups. I never knew what a prenup was until recently. From celebrities that are like, I'm gonna sign a prenup with my celebrity wife so she gets like, you know, a portion instead of half for child support and then move on to the next baby daddy. Yeah, I've heard those stories too, man. I've heard women unironically giving birth to children of men without their knowledge because they were like away on a job or something. And then they don't have them sign the paper and then they fuck them over that way. And then they say, oh, you can't see the kid because you never there for the birth. Like, I've heard horror stories like that, too. Even though the dad wants to be involved in their life. Maybe they're, like, in military or, like, I don't know, a job where you go to another state or another country and they didn't even know. What if they go away for a year and are earning money for them? You don't know the circumstances, but I've heard some sad stories. Like, whatever happened to, like, divorce? Oh, I get half, you get half? Haha, I'm taking all of it. Oh, man, these quote tweets. Oh, I'm gonna be sick. There's zero incentive for women to get married now. Studies show women are less happy and struggle more in marriages than men, so there's that. Citation needed. Where's the citation for this, by the way? Holy rage bait! guys, you say it's rage bait, but these people unironically believe this. You gotta know. It's not rage bait. There's people like this that exist. Nah, it's rage bait. Citation needed. Also, there's like a fucking million incentives to get married. First off, your baby fever is gonna kick in at some point. Second of all, you often need a second income in the great year 2025 wilted rose emoji to not be fucking homeless. And to top it off, you can file jointly when you're married for less taxes. And fourth, the studies actually say that women have become increasingly unhappy over the years, and it's because they're buying into the propaganda put out by swamp hags like you. And you can say it's rage bait all you want, but we've seen so many articles talking about this over and over again that it's not cool to be married. Oh, it's not cool to have a boyfriend. Once women hit their 30s, the baby fevers start rising. Yes, it's statistically like proven. It is what it is. Some men also get it too, but women more so because that's their like biological function, you know? For every ironic rage bait post, there's 10 genuine posts saying the same thing. Yes, dude. And these people get paid articles by Vogue saying like, oh yes, of course. Yeah, having a boyfriend sounds Republican. That was a really good one too. Misery loves company. Yeah, it's a crabs in a bucket moment. Oh, there's zero incentive. Okay, bro. Okay. Oh, Lauren Chan. I think I've seen this person before. First, feminism Blad, suka. Sorry. I can't talk today. First, feminism convinced women motherhood was slavery. Now it's going after marriage itself. The destruction of the family is civilization-ending stuff. And sadly, it looks like women are driving it now. Not all women as a whole. Not all women. Just the swamp hags. Swamp hags are driving this. Again, I can't help but thank Aswin for like coming up with this colloquial term for these women. Swamp hags is such a good term. They live in a swamp. They're a bunch of... They just look at, like, crystal balls and, like, cast curses upon people. And then that disease, like, and that curse spreads to other people. It's a vocal minority. Yes, and they're super duper fucking loud. They're so loud. But then again, if it was a vocal minority, why is the graph so fucking bad? I don't know. They're really loud, but they're managing to convince everyone else too. Like, again, lonely retarded Karens that want to sabotage the happiness of other women are doing this. It's crabs in a bucket. Not all women are like this. Women are born like this. They're molded by these dog shit opinions of Karens on social media. If you want to be single, fine. If you want to never get married, fine. If you're convinced all men are trash, fine. But don't try and sabotage other women from being happy because you don't want to see someone else succeed when you're where you failed. That's the problem. Would you say, chat, if you're an incel, be honest, if you see like another married couple, it doesn't instantly make you go and like type up a post about how like you should never get married? Like, would you go out of your way to do that, or would you just like click off and be like, I don't really care? I'm not saying you have to be happy. I'm just saying, like, I don't care. Like, you know what? I don't care. You're indifferent. I feel envy, but I don't care ultimately. Yeah, but you don't go out and type and convince everyone else. I click off. Way too much effort for this shit. Yes, and it's also mentally taxing. Do you realize how mentally taxing it is for someone to unironically post this shit and be like, yeah, I fucking hate being miserable. Girls are waking up, LOL. No one should marry their oppressor. Why is your tag my vagine? What are you, Amy Schumer? My vagina. What is this? Dude, and again, another swamp hag detective profile picture in the greens. She even gave herself a green skin color. She's a swamp hag. She's LARPing. She's the Great Wicked Witch of the West. Swamp hag detected. Beep, 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 beep. Zero arguments, zero critical thinking. Just men are oppressors. Okay, bro. Thanks for your input, man. Go put a green overlay on your next profile picture. My vagina. What is this, dude? Young girls and women. See how men in general view them. When young girls and marriageable aged women see TikToks where women who, according to society, did everything right, got married, had kids, sacrificed careers, and still aren't enough for their husbands, this is what happens. See, what did I tell you, chat? They're being convinced by fucking TikToks of Karens bitching about men. It's obvious to anyone with half a brain that this is what's happening. Salty women airing out their dirty laundry, which, by the way, is a lot harder to get out of a man. Men don't do this as much. Women are the ones that air out their dirty laundry about how they have 3 kids, they're single, and 10 of their baby daddies are in prison. And then they just post that and it goes hyper viral. They air out their dirty laundries about their husbands or their boyfriends or their baby daddies. And then it's enough to like black pill young, impressionable high school aged women or college girls into not wanting to get married. Like, I'm shocked, truly. Never saw this one coming. No, not at all. And again, it's because it's social media. There's zero accountability. You don't get to hear the dude's side of the story. It's just this like trust me bro situation. And the dude is completely demonized. Normalize shaming anyone for airing out their dirty laundry on social media. You are mentally ill. Stop it. TikToks are for cats and memes. It's not for you to get therapy about your failing marriage and like throwing out all your dirty laundry and telling everyone where you live and about how horrible your husband or boyfriend is. And food, true. The new norm of feminism is making women's lives harder to own men. Self-owning TikToks. No, I gotta air out all my dirty laundry to own myself and my husband. Or whatever. Social media happened and men got exposed. Yep, it's definitely men who got exposed. Meanwhile, women were making an entire app tied to their location-based tracking for the sole purpose of doxing and shit-talking their ex-boyfriends to other women under the guise of avoiding predators. Again, I don't see a single male T app anywhere. Oh, that's weird. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of interesting. That got leaked. Oh, I mean, it's not even a leak. They just barely put any effort in, and then they doxed everyone's locations and all their profile pictures because they're stupid. Interesting how men don't have the equivalent. It's almost like men internalize their problems and women just go out and post on social media. Our T app is online lobby. Yeah. I thought wives were the old ball and chain, so you guys should be celebrating. What? This is a joke. Like, this is a joke, right? You're probably single and lonely because you can't take a joke, right? Like, you don't get that it's a joke. A while back, in my old WoW group, like 5, 6, maybe even 7 years ago, there was a married dude in our guild. And whenever his wife would come home from work in voice, he'd be like, "Hold on, boys. Stop everything. The warden's home." So he referred to his wife the warden, and it was the funniest thing ever. He loved his wife dearly. I'm sure he still does. And she's really nice. It's just a funny joke. When your husband calls you the ball and chain, it's not because he hates you. It's because to other men, it's really funny. Like, there's not really much else to it. It's not any deeper than that. An old joke told among men that marrying equals imprisonment. It's a joke at the end of the day. It's not that bad. No dad in it shows. I can't. What the hell is LGBO? What? Black woman supremacy? Whoa. Depends on the marriage, I guess. I mean, if you're unhappy, then fucking don't be together. I fail to see how you shouldn't joke. You can't make a joke about being married together. It's a joke as old as time. If you take it seriously, you need to like take a good look at yourself. Arrow to the knee was actually euphemism for marriage? Was it actually? Arrow to the knee euphemism. Taking an arrow to the knee is a meme from the video game Elder Scrolls V X Skyrim that humorously means someone has settled down, gotten married, or stopped adventuring. The phrase is spoken by guards who say, "I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee." Yeah, because you got settled down. Now you can't go out adventuring. It's not even that bad, dude. I think that's funny. God, humor is lost on fucking people now.